So yes, we are moving here to the final and the last session of the most modern critical track, which is the track through the technology here at the Summit of Future Kela 2025. So yes, these days, we always know that the parenting is about guiding the future. We don't have much parents here. We only have the kids, but always you must be accepting or agreeing with me when I say that like these days, the parenting, they have this additional task or additional responsibility of navigating the apps, the screens, and this constant connectivity as well. So one of the additional dimensions that have been added to the smart parenting these days is to find that perfect balance and to make technologies as a tool to strengthen the bonds rather than to complicate it. And we have someone to be taking a keynote address on the smart parenting, navigating the tech-infused family life. Someone who is perfectly ideal to be talking on this. It's my great honor to be introducing Mr. Adarsh Nair, a distinguished expert in the field of information and cyber security. With over a decade of experience, Mr. Adarsh has demonstrated exceptional expertise in areas like information security, governance, risk and compliance, ethical hacking, and data privacy. As the Director and Global Head of Information Security and Business Continuity Compliance at UST, he leads initiatives that ensure robust digital security across the organization. So without any further ado, may I humbly request Sri Adarsh Nair to kindly enlighten us on the topic, the smart parenting navigating the tech-infused family.
Hello, hello. Okay, so very good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. So I really want this session to be more interactive. I don't know, smart parenting. I'm just curious to know that how many of you are here in the parental community. Okay. So the opposite community, kids. Okay, so they are the majority, right? So it's very crucial that the specific things I am talking here may be backfired when the parents started implementing it. Okay, hey, just kidding. Okay, so thank you so much for having me here, and I'm very happy to share my insight into this specific topic, especially because we all are living in a interconnected world, right? Can you think about a day without a gadget? Yes or no? I know this is a post-lunch session. You might had a good lunch, but I'm assured that this is going to be more, interesting for you guys. Because this is essential for you guys to understand how your parents are going to monitor you, how your parents are going to control you. Do you want to know this? Then it should be more, interactive. Okay. So, what is smart parenting? Any idea about this term? Parents need to be smart or what? Definitely the parents should be smart enough to deal with the smarter kids, right? That's definitely there. But smart parenting is nothing but how we are effectively, communicating with our kids to make sure that we are giving the right atmosphere, right guidance, and right, support for our kids to build their future with the help of technology. Okay. So let's imagine, if I may ask you a question, what are the different things that you would expect from your parents if they want, or if you categorize them as smart parents? Anyone? So no suggestions? Okay, so I will keep this question for the time being and we'll come back it later. Okay. Yeah, it's an introduction about me. It's done. Okay, so this is one of the interesting study that I have seen when I started preparing this presentation. 38% of teens feel they spend too much time on their smartphone, while about 25% say the same about their social media use. How many of you falls into the first 38% category? Okay, great. Only one person. Or only because she is too honest. Yeah, great. I appreciate it. Great. That's another side, right? So when it comes to social media or when it comes to digital world, we can't really distinguish, you know, the parents' behavior and the kids' behavior, right? If the parents are full time on phone without talking anything to the kids, how can you complain your kids that, hey, all of your time you are spending your time with mobile phone or tablet or games or TV? How can we complain them? Definitely they may start asking or questioning back. I just learned it from you because I am seeing that you guys are always into the phone, not even talking each other. Then what should you? I mean, why you are expecting the same from my side, right? It's all about how we are, leveraging technology. I mean, there is no second thought that technology is absolute necessary. We need technology. We need the advancement in technology because that's helped in a lot of areas. So, for example, the invention of artificial intelligence, automation, and robot process automation. And all those technologies help improve our education system. Do you agree? Right. For example, the best case study I can tell you about uh, Byju's. Right. So, in our school days, we are learning about projectile motion through formulas and diagrams. But through that application or that specific technology, they demonstrated what exactly is the projectile motion. So understanding through learning or reading something or understanding through experience, both are completely different. That is how the technologies are being used to empower our education system, and that will give a lot of insight for the students to be smarter. Okay. So, this is a statistics. I'm not spending too much time on it, but this is the reality and this is the fact. The students, the parents, absolutely, all are spending a lot of time in their gadgets, social media, and all. Okay, so when it comes to social media or a digital landscape, when it comes to a student's point of view, probably they are using for education, gaming, social media. These are the three top categories where the students or the kids are using internet. Right. Okay. So even though these are the challenges for smart parenting, but you see, but these things are essential for you guys also, because let's say the first one, screen time addiction. What is screen time addiction? You have seen the reels, right? It's endless, right? It will stop only. Sorry. So what is the end point of our scrolling? Charge ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ. Okay. Exactly. If there is some problem in our net connection, that's the only stop point, right? Otherwise, it will be, a continuous activity. And that is one of the revolution happened, right? When you think about maybe 2018, 2019, or even 2018 time, the data is, or the internet were too expensive, correct? I'm talking about the pre-geo era. We can call it as pre-geo and post-geo. You know geo, right? So initially they had given the free SIM with 1 GB data per day. Before that, we were happy to have 5 GB data for a month. That's the best thing, right? It's maximum 5 GB. But then we learned 1 GB. Then they increased to 1.5 GB, 2 GB. Now, a day without 2.5 GB data is done. If you look at, one of the common scenario that's happening in the internet or in the cyberspace is the outages. Have you heard about outages? Outages are nothing but like you have seen a lot of news. I mean, very recent one, ChatGPT was down for 3 to 4 hours. Facebook was down. Instagram was down. It became a controversy, plus it attained a lot of news value. Why? Even a 10 minutes outage is, we are not able to tolerate a 10 minutes outage. That's the best example of how much we are addicted to the social media, internet, and other stuffs. Do you agree? Correct. Okay. So screen time, definitely it will help. It will take a lot of hours time. Plus we are spending a lot of, we are putting a lot of strain in our eyes. We are going through a lot of things. That would also create kind of, health issues, our concentration issues. There is one term called attention deficit. Have you heard about attention deficit? That means a person won't be able to concentrate a specific thing for a specific period of time. If for example, if you are taking our book, maybe tell me one subject that you feel it's most boring. And be cautious. Please look around whether the person who's teaching the subject is here. Okay. Physics? Okay, fine. So let's imagine if you're taking your physics book. You will start reading one paragraph. The second paragraph, what will happen? You will start taking your phone and see one reel. Then 2 hours, 3 hours is gone. Correct. That's how, that's the world that we are living. So screen addiction or screen time addiction will be one of the key, root cause for attention deficit. Because the people are more addicted to gadgets, more addicted to, social media, that will, that won't help them to concentrate into other things. Then social media is one of the, okay. So before that, I would like to tell you one interesting story. Okay. It's about, last year when I was taking a session for, one of the schools for the kids or for the students from standard, I think it's standard 4 or standard 5 to 8. Okay. When I was, talking about different things or different technology the students can use, what are things they are supposed to be taken care of. And at the end of the session, I was asking, hey, if you have any questions or any clarifications, please do ask. One of the students asked me a very interesting question. I was shocked, really. And I will tell you the question, but before that, I ask him, which standard you are studying? Fifth standard. His question was, sir, is the VPN and dark web are safe? You know VPN. Why we are using VPN? VPN is virtual private network. Why we are using VPN? To conceal our IP address, right? Okay, so IP address is nothing but it can be traced. Okay, it's kind of our address. So physical world, we have our own address. Similarly, for each internet assets or each device, it has its own address. That's called IP address. Okay, so VPN are used for concealing or hiding the actual IP. Dark web. Heard about dark web? So dark web are the underworld of internet, and it has a lot of illegal stuff, and it's not something that we can access through our Chrome browser or Firefox. We have to use a specialized tools to access dark web. One of the biggest problem is it's very difficult to track, or it is very difficult to identify who is using dark web and whom we are communicating with. It's very difficult. So that's dark web. So a 5th standard student, he started asking question about VPN and dark web. Then I asked, from where you learn these things? His answer is something we can tag here. His answer was, I learned it from Instagram. Instagram Reels. Questions to the parents. Okay. So probably you are giving your phone to your kids, right? How you are giving your phones to your kids? With your account, or you are creating a child account, or you are putting some app lock or lock to the app and giving to the students? Sorry, the kids, your phone itself, right? So your application, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, or be it any application, it's based on the contents are being suggested based on your browsing behavior, and that's meant for adults. If you are giving that to your kids, how can you ensure that the contents are appropriate for the kids? How do you ensure? We can't, right? We have no clue what are the items they are seeing, right? So the one example that I mentioned just before is the best example, because he was used to use his parents' phone to see the reels, Facebook, and a lot of things. Through that, he learned about VPN and dark web. So it is very essential to make sure that appropriate contents are being allowed to access for not only for kids, for anyone. That's the first thumb rule that we are supposed to follow. Okay. Cyberbullying, privacy risk, cyberbullying. Have you heard about cyberbullying? Yeah. So this is one of the biggest problem, See, there are many, crimes are happening in our physical world. Correct. Theft, bullying, then, false allegations, then, murder. A lot of crimes are happening in the physical world. Similarly, nowadays, since we are living in a digital world, the criminals are leveraging technology, leveraging our, social media to execute their crimes. So, whenever you are using a social media or internet, you have to make sure that it's not something is going to impact your life. How do you ensure? How many of you have fake accounts? in Instagram, or without your real name? Without your real name. Okay. I saw few guys are counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you ensure that? For example, I have created a profile in the name of who? Mark Zuckerberg. You know who it is, right? Okay. And I have started chatting with you. How do you ensure that you are talking with Mark Zuckerberg? Hmm? Verify account. Okay. So nowadays the Facebook, if we pay some 699 rupees or something, they will give a blue tick. So it's not a trusted one right now. What else? But in physical world, it's very easy for us to, make sure, right? Because we are talking to them in person, face to face. But that element has been gone in the virtual world because we are talking to a computer. Am I right or wrong? A faceless person. The criminals are leveraging these specialities of our cyber world or virtual world to execute their, illegal things. There are many crimes has been reported, especially on, um, leveraging social media to execute their crimes. Okay, so I think a lot of things are applicable for the parents community. Okay, but let me ask you certain questions to you guys. Okay, how many of you have a, an open communication with your parents? Good. Okay, so that is the first thing that you want to make sure. Okay, so definitely we will have a lot of problems. So we may encounter many problems, but it is essential that how we are overcoming those problems. Definitely, initial days we really need the support of our parents. We really need support of our teachers, right? So, an open communication is an essential key for the kids as well as for the parents. Am I right or wrong? Do you expect an open communication with the parents? So, parents community, you are expecting an open communication from your kids, right? So, what kids are expecting? So, that is something that we have to play. Yeah, these are the some smaller stuff like encourage your kids to have more creative things rather than spending their time more in the social media and gaming, those kind of things, rather than how they can leverage the technology to make new things. Maybe writing something, maybe drawing something, maybe creating some, craft or something. So you have to encourage. Yeah. So the digital literacy is something that highly essential for parents as well as for the students. Okay. Absolutely, we are using technology for our day-to-day life, right? For your education, for your entertainment, you are using technology, mobile phone, tablet, computer, internet, social media, everything, right? But it is essential for you guys to understand what are the positives and negatives of whatever platforms that you are using. Okay, so I will list few things. Okay, so you guys can add many things to there. For example, mobile phone. If you are using a mobile phone, give me 5 positive things. 5 positive things. Sorry, I didn't get you. informative, okay. One, very easy to communicate, right? What else? Entertainment, okay. What else? Sorry. Yeah, capture pictures. Payment, yeah. Okay, so these are the positive things, right? Definitely we can say that these five things are helping us to improve our life, right? So what are the negative things? Three negative things. Addiction, okay. Less less socializing, okay. That can be tagged against screen addiction, correct. What else? Health issues, okay. So over usage of phone, our eyesight, our thinking process, laziness, okay. Hey, whatever answers that you have given is tagging against the screen addition. Any risk to your safety and security? Online scams, okay, very good. Data, exactly. One of the statistics says that now cyber criminals are exploiting, or I won't say exploiting, but they are leveraging kids to get data about their parents. I can tell you one interesting story. That's a real story and it happened. Okay. So one of the case investigations on a huge amount of money has been lost from a parent's bank account. Okay. Then the investigation started and collected all the evidences from the bank, how the transaction happened. But all the transaction has been happened through his account, and all transactions has been approved through an OTP. And this has been checked with internet service providers. Internet service providers, right? Our Airtel, Geo, Tata kind of people. And they verified that all OTPs have been sent to that particular person's account. Okay. Then how it happened? Then when we did the further investigation, it got identified that the specific amount has been transferred from, outside country, not from India. Okay. From Indian account through a foreign account. What exactly happened? Then the investigation officer got kind of doubt on their kid, and they started, counseling and asking them. Then he revealed that he did it. How? And the story is very interesting. He was very interested to play online games. We have a lot of online games, right? Right. We can play the games with the people that we don't know. Maybe the person from Germany or maybe the person from Ireland. Doesn't matter. We can play the games, right? So through the online game, he got a friend, and they become good friends. And the other person started giving him more games. And one day, what he did, I'm going to give you a higher subscription for a particular game. But you have to do one favor for me. You have to give me the picture of your father's credit card. What will be there in the credit card picture? The credit card number, expiry date, and CVV. Okay. The very next day, so the guy had given that card photo to the parent, to the particular person. Later, what happened? He started asking him to share the OTP. You know, I'm pretty much sure that the parent's phone log is pretty much aware of the kids, right? They'll be easily unlock the parent's phone. The other one, like I think probably you have seen in the movies also, the same college, same school when I was talking about the kid safety and all, the guy was saying like, for locking the phone of my parent, I just put the phone under a light, I can see the pattern. Because if I am doing the same pattern, it's very easy for them to understand. So that's how the current generation's intelligence work. So by some means, he had given the OTP, and through which the other person looted the money. So what I was trying to say, it's very, very usual situation. The criminals are now, leveraging kids or the students or the teens to execute the crime. It's very easy to convince them and very easy to execute their things. It's all happening through the social media. It's all happening through the online things. So it should be very careful about your safety, your parents' safety, and whatever things that you are doing, you have to make sure that it's not going to harm your safety or your parents' safety. It's clear? Okay. So, yeah, so these are the, certain, rules that, the best practices that the parents can, or even the kids can, parent and kid can jointly take, like, tech-free zone. There is no mobile during, lunch time, dinner time. But what is happening exactly right now? Father is sitting one chair, mother is sitting other chair, kids are sitting other chair, and they will keep phone and scrolling the reel and eating food. This is what happening, right? Right or wrong, or I am wrong? I am doing it. Am I right? I think you guys are already slept. Okay, so I will ask questions, okay, after this. And that will be counted for your internals, right, sir? Yeah. Unless there is a revocation, we won't care about anything, right? In case of social media revocation, what would be the revocation? Compromising our security, compromising our privacy. Correct. See, one of the interesting quote from one of the famous, speaker, he was saying, now Google knows about us more than our parents. Right or wrong? And the very next year, for example, if we visited some tourist place, the very next year, at the same time, the Google will remind us that, the time is over. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, sure. Okay. So the very next day, so very next year, the Google will remind us, hey, last year this time you were in Ooty. So do you want to go other place? Actually, we forgot it. But Google will tempt us to, use the things. So think about another trip, right? And, Hey Siri and Okay Google, right? You will get all the answers, right? How, if I call Hey Siri, how Siri can give me an answer? If someone is not always listening, how they can respond? That means, whatever we are talking, it's listening by Siri or okay Google, Google kind of, systems, right? After this session, probably if I open my Instagram, I can definitely see some good hotels in Ooty. Because I just, talk about Ooty, right? That's how the current technology and intelligence are working. So we have to make sure that, we are adopting technology, but in the right sense, without compromising your security. So, this is one of the interesting thing, the power of color. This you can adopt it, okay. If you are more addicted with your cell phone usage, you can change the cell phone color to grayscale, black and white. I'm pretty much sure you won't use it more than 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Sure. And if you're getting a notification, most of the time the notification symbol is red color. Because red give more attention. If I'm started using some black and white, we can do more than 5 minutes. Maximum 5 minutes. If you want to reduce your, attention, there are options in the phone. You can change to, black and white or a grayscale. It's easy. It's two things. One, it's you can control your screen time. You can, save your eyesight. You can save the battery life. Absolutely. Then there are different parental controls for the parents can adopt. For Google, it's called Google Family Link. So Google Family Link is nothing but you can create an account. This is an open, it's a open solution, free solution that you can download and install, and you can create an account for your kid. So that specific account is supposed to be logged into kid's phone or tablet, through which you can clearly control the entire activity, like how much hours they are supposed to use. For example, if I am giving, the kid is supposed to use 7 to 8 only. The device is active only, or he can use only those 2 times. The time in between 7 to 8. Then we can see their restrictions to whom he is talking with, a lot of things. Similarly, in iPhone, this is called a family sharing, through which we can control, the apps, the inappropriate content, a lot of things that we can do. This is one interesting screenshot that I have seen. The kid is requesting for 10 more minutes for me to complete the game because her time is going to be over in next 2 minutes. Like the parent said that the device is supposed to be used only for 1 hour. So she is almost finishing that 1 hour. So she needs 10 more minutes to complete the game or something. So it's not something, similarly we can control a lot of things. See, 5 minutes remaining for game today. Like after 5 minutes, they can't use the system. So these are the technologies that help to, it's not something for over controlling the kids, rather than helping them to, learn good things, good habits, and that will definitely help them for the better future. Artificial intelligence, even though we have all these controls, right? But now we are living in an artificial intelligence era. Definitely the people will get more insight into how they can bypass it. It's if we are instructing a kid to please don't touch it. Definitely he will touch it. Sure or not? ചെയ്യരുതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു ആഗ്രഹം ഭയങ്കര കൂടുതലാണ്. Similarly, artificial intelligence, it can be, for every technology, it can be used for positive things and negative things. So positive things like AI can be used for our technology innovation, our education, our science and technology, medical field, a lot of domains we can use artificial intelligence. Similarly, the cyber criminals are also started using artificial intelligence. Have you heard about deepfakes? Now it's very hard to believe a video. If a person will get your maybe 15 or 20 seconds your voice and any of your photo from your social media, it's very easy to create a deepfake video. That's how the technology is advancing. So AI is in a very revolution phase, and a lot of good things are there. Similarly, bad things are there. If you are not seeing in person, please don't believe it. That is one of the first thing that you have to keep in your mind. Yeah. So I'm concluding my presentation. It's about balance is the key. What it means. That's what I use the word called. It's not like over controlling kids. We have to find the balance between putting restrictions and making our kids' life, easier and the best. The best thing that we can give them. Then engage them. Don't just we are simply monitoring it. It's not like that. So we have to give them additional things to engage them rather than spending a lot of time in social media and other stuff. Leverage technology, health issues, emotional connections. Okay. This is one of the interesting, quote I got from ChatGPT. I thought it's very insightful. Digital parenting or smart parenting is not about being perfect. It's about being present. With awareness, communication, and the right tools, we can guide our children to thrive in the digital age. We can't restrict the kids from any technology. They have to use it. Only thing is, we have to teach them, or we have to give them the best atmosphere to use the technology wisely and responsibly. Okay. Yeah, so that's end of my presentation. And if you have any questions, please. To be honest, I was expecting a lot of parent community, but surprisingly, the opposite community was the majority, right? So I tried to tweak the things in a little bit, and it was not the way that I was supposed to talk, but I tweaked a lot of things. Any questions or any doubts?
Do we have any questions for the speaker? Do we have? All right, I assume so because it's a majority of the opposite crowd. So they are all taking a bit time to process it also, it seems.
No worries. So thank you so much, and these are my connection. I mean, you can reach me through any of these modes, and please feel to reach me. I'm very happy to share my knowledge and my ideas to you guys. And one last word, always be the responsible user of internet. I'm emphasizing word responsible. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your valuable time, sir. And may I humbly request you to kindly accept a token of appreciation from our side. And may I humbly request Dr. Prateep Kumar, the Honorable HOD of the CSE of Jain at the Deemed to be University, to kindly do the honor on behalf of the Summit of Future Kerala 2025. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Adarsh. It has been great having you here, and thank you for re-emphasizing how important it is to be a responsible user. Thank you so much for all the nudges on the smart parenting.